Hi, this is Margaret from Margaret's Crafts. I want to share with you my holiday binder. This is a binder that I made 2 years ago, and I've been using it every year for Christmas for the last 2 years. This will be my third year that I'm making it. A lot of the inserts that I got off were free printables online, and I'll link the description of where I got them from down below. Well, I can tell you right now, it was from organizedchristmas.com for this one, and all it is one of the composition books that I covered, and I wanted to just share it with you. This year during school time they had these composition page protectors or folder protectors, and my little embellishments that I put on the outside of my binder were getting all bent up by being on the shelf. So what I did was I bought one of those binders, and I did a tie closure on this one, and I just cut little slits in it and put it in, and then I put the, it has a pocket to it, and I put the pocket on the back, and that's where I'm holding my receipts at for this year's Christmas. The inside of the binder, it has a section for calendars, and this is the 2013 calendar I printed off. It has a section for gifts. Now, it has several sections. When I first got them 2 years ago, she didn't have as many sections. If you go online now, she has a whole lot of them on there now, and I just pick out the ones that I'm going to be using. Then she has a gift section, and in the gift section, then she has, let me cover it up. No, this is last year, so I can show this. In the gift section, she also has printables that you can put up under the gift section, where you put the person's name, age, their sizes, and then the gift ideas that you want to get for them. And all I do is, when I get it, then I just check it off. You know, I write my list of my husband and my kids, and then I just check off when I get them something. And that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. Then there's a make it section, and it's gifts that you want to make. I have them pinned back from the previous years, so it's only for new stuff. So I have, well, plus my this year's is under here, so I don't want to let everybody see what I'm making a few people. And it's the gift item, the material you need, notes, and anything that you need about making the gifts. Then they have a card list. Let me just flip through. I'll just cover it up right here. They have a list for your cards. And like I said, I started this in 2011, 12, and then this is going to be 13, and then I'll have to put a new sheets in. Or I'm just going to put this new section, because over here I have the name and the address and everything of the people that I'm sending cards to. And then you check a section that says that you sent a card and received a card. And I have to just print out the New Year's for that one. I'll just cut the New Year part out. Then it has the food section. I haven't made up my list for the different foods and the desserts that we're going to be having, but I'll put it here for this year. And let me show you the front of each section. This one is for cards, and you have addresses and notes. This one is for food, the menus, inventory of your baking needs that you need. Then the next section is for Decorate Week, how you're going to do all your decorations. Like I said, I have all my old ones here, and I have already started a list that I have to transfer over to this one. And then you check off when you get to that section. The Decorate list has you break it down into rooms and what you want to do for each of the rooms. And that's what I have to put in here, because they didn't have that when I originally made mine. So I had started, like I said, making I was writing out of a list, and I was just going to transfer it to the book. But now they have the new one that I'll use in each year, then I can check it off. And this stays just up on my shelf just like this, and I just pull it down every year. And I made it with, I just covered the composition book with scrapbooking paper, and then I just used some three-dimensional die cuts, and then I did this on my Cricut and some ribbon. and I covered the front and the back, and then I covered the binding. And that's my Christmas one. Well, this year, for Thanksgiving, I decided, after watching a few videos, to make myself a list for Thanksgiving this year. Let's put my binder. And I just had it in my binder, and I had a daily schedule for, I had my menu, I had my shopping list that I needed to go with each of the items that we were going to have to eat. I had, then I broke the times down. I broke the Thanksgiving day down with times. You know, the time I was going to clean the turkey, the time that I was going to make the stuffing, the time that I was going to do all of the other side dishes were broke down into times. And that's the first time I've ever done it for Thanksgiving. This year went by so smooth. There was no panicky. I just love it. So I decided that I wanted to make a binder for Thanksgiving. Well, I pulled out another composition book, and I already covered the back of it with some scrapbooking paper that I used. DCWV Harvest Gathering Stack, and I used the scrapbooking paper for the front and back. And the backs, I put like a plain paper on it, and then the front I'm gonna put like it has the foil and the stuff on it, and I'm just gonna glue that onto the front. And then I took a burnt orange. So when you look on my shelf, I'll have the green will be for Christmas, and the burnt orange will be for Thanksgiving. And before I do anything else, I just really taped it with a very strong adhesive on the, to hold the binding on. I mean the covering. And I'm not folding over, so I'm going right to the edge when I do these. And also in my Christmas binder, I put little tabs on here so I know to go to for each one. And I did the same thing. And for this one, all I did was took a 2x2 piece of cardstock, folded in half, put adhesive on it, and just pulled, so many pages at a time to make for the amount of dividers that I was putting in there. Okay, I covered the back already. I put my strong adhesive on the front. I'm not going to give you the dimensions of what size that you need to cut this, because a lot of the composition books are a little bit different. So you'll need to measure the book that you're using to know what size that you need to cut your paper down, and what size you need to cut for your dividers. And so this is a paper that I picked, and I cut it all down. And all I'm going to do is remove my adhesive. I rounded the corners already on my paper. Okay, now I'm just going to take my paper, and I got a lot of adhesive on here, and I'm going to line it up with one of the corners and then across the top. So I'm just going to take my paper like this, put it in the corner so that the corner fits and the side fits, and it's resting right across the top. And when I do that, it should lay down right up. Don't press it down yet, just in case you don't have it right in line, like that. Once you get it down, then you take your bone folder and really press it down good. Okay, and then for my strip that goes around the end here, I just took another piece of paper that was very flexible, You don't need, you can put stiff paper on the front, the heavy paper on the front and back, but put a thinner, more flexible paper. Usually the paper that I find that I like to use is a textured paper. It's thick enough that it won't break, but it's thin enough that it can, it can maneuver around the curves. And I just cut this the length of my book by 2 inches. So I'm just gonna eyeball it a little bit, about 1 inch. Or you can stand it up and measure, but I'm just gonna eyeball it since I got it laying here on the table. And just make sure you have it over enough to cover around the back. If you want to measure it to have it perfect, you can do that. Boy, that came out even on the front and back. And just lay it over the edge like that. Make sure it's down really good. Okay, and there's my Thanksgiving book. And I'm going to put more embellishments on the front. I'm going to put Thanksgiving here on it. I'm going to put more 3-dimensional embellishments when I get it all done. My next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the inside, just like I covered the outside. I'm going to get another piece. I'm going to fit it in here, tape it all the way down. Leave a small edge where you see your sewing line. Don't go up to your sewing line. And cover your front inside and your back inside. Okay? Next, I'm going to cover the, I like to have my dividers. See, because the paper is thin, I'll print out my heading. And these were just some that I made up on the computer. And I just found a free clip art. And then I just wrote for the headings of everything that I want it to be. And then I'm just gonna, I measured it to my page. I don't have to have it all the way over. Actually, it makes it better if you don't have it to the edge, because your pages will bend a lot better. So this time I don't need the real strong adhesive. I'm just gonna use my ATG gun and put my adhesive down. Okay, and I'm going to put it down to the edge and the top and the bottom. Okay. And that's my first divider. See how nice and thick it makes the divider now, like it's a regular divider. And then I found pages online. I went to the Dish magazine. I think it's called dishmagazine.com. And I found some printables for Thanksgiving. What I did was I went on Pinterest. I looked through all of the different ones that they had on Pinterest, you know, and they have some free printables. And I just downloaded the ones that I wanted. So for the first one I put was calendars. And for Thanksgiving, I don't need the whole month of November for Thanksgiving. I just want it the week before Thanksgiving, starting the Friday. So I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thanksgiving is Thursday. And as you can see, these pages print out on your full-size sheet, the 8.5 by 11. So all you're going to do is take these, cut them down, and then you're just going to tape them inside your page. And, you know, I'm just going to cut down around here and tape it inside the page. And you can just have the same sheets over and over again in your calendar, in your book, because the book is for you. The sections that I picked out to go into my binder, I put out calendar, and then I have these calendar pages that I'm going to put in there. And the pages are printed out on 8.5 by 11, so you're going to need to trim them down to fit what size book that you're going to be using these in. And you're just going to use your tape and tape them to the inside of the book. And that way this calendar starts on a Friday before Thanksgiving, so you can put each day what you want to have done for that day to be ready for Thanksgiving. The next section I printed out was menu. Under my menu section, they had these were by craftycardsex.com, and they had these Thanksgiving menus where you can plan out your menu. And what I decided to do on my menu pages are, this side of the page is going to have the planned out menu, and then they had these on a different site. If you look through Pinterest, plus I'll put them down in the bottom link. I'll link them at the bottom. I'm going to put this on the other side of my page, because this is what really worked for me. Starting off your day, how far you want to do it, not 5 o'clock for me though. You write down everything that you want to do at that time. These are in hour increments, but I even did mine in half an hour. So there's a space in between here that you can write exactly what do you want to do at that time. It made it so easy. And then I made a section called House Prep. And this is something that I made up on the computer, and I just did a chores checklist. And I started like my calendar on that Friday. And I'm going to write down everything that's going to be done all those days. And if I have somebody that I'm going to designate it to, and then once it gets done, then I'll check mark off on the side. And then if I have any decorating that I want to do, and this is also something that I have in my Christmas binder to decorate. This is another one that I found off of online from organizedchristmas.com. And then you do, like I said, you do room by room by room. What do you want decorated in that room? And usually this will be done at the beginning of November, because that's when I put out, October and November, because that's when I put out all my fall decorations. I don't do Halloween decorations, I do fall decorations, so that'll work out. And then I have recipes, and then I'll go through, and I'm just going to leave those pages, the pages blank, and I'm just going to write on the pages, or either I'll type them out on the computer and then print them out and put them on the pages, like for how I make my stuffing, what temperature I cook the turkey on and how long I cook it, your yams and everything like that. Everything that's from your meal plan that you have, the recipe will be in the recipe section of how to do that. And if you have like a lot of people that's coming to your house, or even if it's a few people, and you wanted to do a guest list, you can write the guest name down, if they said they were coming, and if they're going to bring anybody extra, or if they're going to bring anything to the dinner with them. And then I had found these cute little things that you can write down. I would put this in the section with my my menu, and then I could just write down everything I need to go with the menu, so I know that I have everything picked up. And that's how I'm making my binder. I'm going to have it all. I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to put it in another one. I have more of these sleeves. These plastic sleeves. So when I get done decorating it up, I'm going to put it in the plastic sleeve. So this one will be protected just like this one will for Thanksgiving. And I'll have all my things on it. And then I'm going to use my labeler, and I'm going to put my my labels out on the sides. So you'll see the labels going down this side, just like my Christmas ones have the labels in those. And that's my Thanksgiving and my Christmas binders that I wanted to share with you today. This made my Thanksgiving so much easier, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna have a binder for every holiday that we do the big cooking, or we have somebody coming over for that holiday. I would hope to have one of these done so that I can look back on next year. This is how I did this, bop, 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 and get it all done nice and easy. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Bye.